Your suspect's here. Come on, I'm going in. There's no point letting this one stew.
Yes, sir. With all due respect, sir, this is my birth.
With all due respect, you're vice and this is murder.
I can handle her. Why so?
Not this one. She's been here 5 minutes and sure looks like she owns the place. How do you think that's going to go down?
I'd get devoured.
Yep, let's go.
Boys.
Mrs. Severino, do you understand why you've been brought here today?
No, it's not every day a girl on the way to a gala in the back of a limo ends up in the back of a cruiser in handcuffs. Well, not all the time.
Recently, a witness named Reese Page was found dead in what is strongly expected to be a murder.
We're simply exploring all of our options, so no need to worry, Miss Severino. Would you state your full name for the records, please?
Do you know Victoria Severino?
This interview is being conducted by Junior Detective Calloway Fisher.
Sergeant Joe Cavalier.
No, babysitting the newbie, are we, Joe?
I assure you, Miss Severino, there is no babysitting going on here. The sergeant is only here due to the ever-evolving nature of the case.
Keep telling yourself that, Caleb.
Mr. Page was an associate of your husband's. Were you aware of that?
No. I don't get involved in the business side of things. I just look pretty and spend his money.
Oh, so this isn't you then?
How am I
Supposed to know everyone that you've ever had a single conversation with? Well, it wasn't just one time you met, was it? Well, you met more than once, didn't you?
Rock, outside, now.
What the hell was that?
I don't...
You don't brief a superior officer on a key piece of evidence and you're treating this woman like a serial killer.
Please tell me when I was supposed to brief you on the evidence in the 30 seconds we had between my desk and the interrogation room.
Oh, hey Sarge, I have these pictures on page whatever his face is. 10 seconds.
Sorry, I was too busy focusing on the fact that you told me I was going to get devoured in there, and I was focusing on, I'm not going to let that happen.
Yes, but you're treating this woman like she's the next Jeffrey fucking Dahmer because she missed one piece of information. What if he had an alias? What if he was blackmailing her? Or a million other reasons? You cannot treat people like that.
I'm thirsty. Be a dear and fetch me some water, would you?
Something funny?
Is this going the way you planned?
More or less.
You must be pleased. So, I take it from that dour look, you don't believe me.
Why should I?
I can be very persuasive. Well, at least that's what I've been told.
By who?
The sergeant. I know it's hard to meet your new stepmommy this way, but I'm sure you'll get over it, Callie. I want my lawyer.
I got it.
Bishop?
Mr. Bishop, this is Detective Calloway Fisher. Your client, Mrs. Severino, has requested your counsel.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean you know?
Because I'm here.
Oh, you cannot be serious.
Deadly. So, you're the one who, A, over-arrested my client on a long weekend, and B, didn't give her her phone call. So yeah, show my client, maybe.
Right this way.
You can't be serious.
You're the one who got arrested on my supposed weekend off.
You know what? I deserve that.
You do. Anyway, you two, out. I need to talk to my client.
What's wrong with you?
She said you were on the take. I had to explain.
I thought you were new, not gullible and stupid. I'm not on the take. Of course she'd say that. She'd say anything to get out of this. So get it together and get the interview finished. I think they're done.
So, let's recap. You hold my client here, but don't accuse her of murder, yet treat her like one. Not exactly illegal, but does not look amazing in front of a jury. And you don't give her a phone call, but again, you haven't charged her, so again, not illegal, but again, doesn't look good in front of a jury. Just some free legal advice for you there, maybe. That's called taking the fifth.
Yes, that's about all of it. It's the Rook's first big case, so he's a bit nervous.
Anyway, shall we continue this interview, or shall we just save you the embarrassment?
Mrs. Sobrano, do you deny knowing Mr. Page?
Alright, guess not. Yeah, my client refuses to answer.
Mrs. Sobrano, you deny having involvement in your husband's business, and yet...
She is labelled in a high-up position in the company. Welcome to the wonders of marriage, kid. She got given a false title so she can use the business card. She doesn't have any contact with anybody in the company, other than, of course, her husband.
Even then.
Do you have any proof?
Do you have a warrant?
Can we see the card?
Certainly.
Looks real.
Mrs. Sobrano.
Mrs. Sobrano, look, kid, you have nothing. I know this is the first time Daddy let you wear the big boy pants, but you fucked up, and you were too stupid to realise. So, release my client, or I'll end your very short career right now.
Listen here, you piece of shit!
Rook, outside. You're free to go.
I'm pulling you out.
What?
It's clear to me you're not ready for a case like this. You were acting like an amateur in there. What were you thinking letting him get to you like that? Do you think that's how you conduct an interview? Do you think that's how you get answers? Well?
Okay, Juno.
My client has nothing more to say to you.
That's alright. All she has to do is listen. Here's what I think happened. You got tired of being a mistress. You wanted more than just money, you wanted power. So, you went and married your husband. Congratulations on the ceremony, by the way. I'm sure it was beautiful. No expense spared, am I right? Things were good for a while. When you snapped your fingers, you got a glass of wine. When you said jump, people said how high. You had the power you wanted and you used it. Started taking on more and more responsibilities. Must have been around this time you realised how incompetent your husband was. Sure, he'd had success, but this made him lazy. He didn't have to suffer to get where he was, so he'd never have the drive, never had the ambition that you do. You could have more. You could do more. Except, he was in your way. As long as he was alive, you couldn't run things the way you wanted, the way they could be. And so he had to go. But you couldn't do it yourself, or else you wouldn't have any claim to the family. And so you needed somebody else to do it. Somebody you could easily manipulate. You did your usual thing, turned on the charm, batted your eyelids. I imagine he found you quite persuasive, didn't he? Plan was set. You'd pull the strings and dance your way to head of the family. Except that's not what happened, is it? How could you have seen Paige getting busted and turning rat? All your hard work for naught. Even worse, if he squealed and revealed your plan, chances are your husband would find out. Sure, you might have been running the family behind the scenes, but they would never make an official stand against him and risk their reputation. So, it was Paige, or you. But getting someone else to do it was too risky. You had to do it yourself, and poison meant you didn't have to get your hands dirty. It didn't matter if he suffered, you'd be okay after all. Once again, however, things didn't go according to plan. Now, with your political sway, it would have been easy to get the case buried, but I was already working Paige, so it got assigned to me. Eager to prove myself, I would go out of my way to see this case through to the end and let nothing stop me, even if it meant going against you, the family, whoever I had to go against.